Yes. All right. Good morning, distinguished speaker, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 8th session of the FAO Technical Lecture Series 2026. On behalf of the Food and Agriculture Organization, wait, yeah. On behalf of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations FAO, the ASEAN UC Network for Agriculture and Food Security AUN-AFS, the ASEAN UC Network AUN and UC Putra Malaysia, I'm delighted to welcome all of you to today's webinar. All right, it is wonderful to see participants joining us from across ASEAN and beyond as we continue this exciting lecture series. Okay, before we begin, allow me to share a few housekeeping reminders. First, today's session is being recorded, and the recording will be uploaded after the webinar, and the Google Drive link has been shared in the Zoom chat. And second, please keep your microphone mute through the session. And third, we encourage you to submit questions to the lecture using the Zoom Q&A feature, and I will moderate the discussion following the presentation, okay? And thank you once again for joining us this morning. All right. Okay, we start introduction of the today lecture. Okay, agri-food system are not only about increasing production, they're also about creating value, preserving culture, heritage, and improving rural livelihood. And recognizing this, FAO launched the One Country, One Priority Product, OCOP initiative, which encourage country to identify and promote one distinctive agriculture product with unique characteristic and strong market potential. Through sustainable production, value addition, and responsible value chain development, the OCOP initiative contribute to economic growth, environmental sustainability, and improve livelihood for farming communities. Today's lecture provide an opportunity to learn directly from FAO about this important global initiative. Okay, we start for introduction for our speakers this morning. Okay, it is my honor to introduce our distinguished speaker, Dr. Xuan Li, Senior Policy Officer at the FAO Regional Office for Asia and the Pacific. Dr. Li currently serves as the Secretary of the Regional OCOP Secretariat and has extensive experience in agriculture policy, regional cooperation, and sustainable agri-food system development. Through her career, she has worked closely with government across the Asia-Pacific region to strengthen agriculture value chain, improve food security, and promote sustainable rural development. Okay, her leadership in advancing the OCOP initiative has helped countries identify innovative opportunities to enhance the competitiveness and sustainability of their unique agriculture product. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Xuan Li. Or before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Aida Zakaria from UNICE Putra Malaysia. I'm your moderator for today. Okay, Dr. Li, we are honored to have you with us today. The session is now yours.
Very much, Chair. Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to join this technical webinar series and sharing our FAO regional initiative implementation of the OCOP. As you know, OCOP is the Director General of FAO's flagship initiative launched in 2021. It's up to now, it's almost 5 years. And in our region, probably one of the most active the region that have carried on the FAO's the work in connecting to all four better systematically. So I'm very pleased to share with you how this has been implemented in our region under the overall guidance of the HQ framework. Just as the moderator advised, let me share with you briefly about my personal career path. I did my study and my PhD in Switzerland. My first PhD is in economics, and my second PhD is in law. And I had been working in the intergovernmental organization in the last about 25 years. And I was initially in the South Center, and I worked later on, joined FAO in headquarters. And initially was in the ITPGFA Secretariat, and then I was in the Office Director General, and then moved to the regional office. I had been in this region. I've been leading the regional initiative on zero hunger, which has developed a number of initiatives such as the Future Smart Food Initiative and Mountain Agriculture Initiative. Probably the first one on Future Smart Food Initiative is very much closely linked to our current work, which is the OCOP. But that is focused on what is criteria or scientific-based criteria that can prioritize the kind of product or species, what are nutritious sensitive, what are climate resilient, what are potentially economic viable, and also locally available or adaptable for those species to be prioritized by the country. That was kind of the technical, the integrated approach. And now, after our DG has initiated this initiative, I've been leading this one in our region, and I'm very pleased that we have 23 countries in this region. I think many of you are part of this OCP country, most likely. And then, so this kind of briefly my role. I've been here for almost 10 years, and I do enjoy a good time here. Okay, so let me, if you allow, I will start to move on to the our session. See, okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, it's good.
Okay, very good. So as I mentioned, the OCOP is very excited initiative in our region. Has been very kind of inspiring from the overall global, regional, and country. So what is our mandate? About our OCOP work. Our mandate is to achieve food security for all and make sure that people have regular access to enough high-quality food to lead active, healthy diets. And four betters are our goal to encourage and achieve. And it is following the FAO Strategic Framework 2022 to 31. And this is to guide our work for more efficient, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable agri-food system. And why this topic matters is basically to address the global challenges require the knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. Okay, what is mainly our today's learning objective? Basically, first, I would like you to understand what is key concept and principles related to the OCOP initiative, and also to get familiar with the OCOP framework and also regional OCOP implementation strategy, approach, and also challenges and achievement. Building on this one, I'd like to identify the opportunities and challenges for research and innovation related to the special agriculture product development, SAP. And also you can, explore how this topic will contribute to the transforming agri system. And why is this topic important? Give you a background. Globally, we have more than 30,000 of their plant genetic resources globally, and there are a large amount of these species are remain underutilized. However, meantime, our table have very limited kind of food options available, and that limits only 100 or less. And most can frequent our food may remain in stable crops or stable food. And if you think about global food security, nutrition, or hunger and malnutrition figure, you will see in our region and also rest of the world, are large number of the people are remain hunger or malnourished, especially in terms of their of intake of the micronutrient and so on, which is called hidden hunger. And here, the role of SAP, or special agricultural product, plays a significant role as a potential to offer nutritious food, and how to really maximize or rediscovering these resources is important to achieve their hunger goal. Number two is create the opportunity for farmers for better life. We have to really get support for farmers or smallholders of the SAPs. The SAP remains underutilized, which give a little opportunity for them or incentive for them to produce or develop. And therefore, we have rather limited availability of SAPs for the consumers. Unless these value chain are connected very well, they will not be able to materialize. They will not be able to make profit from it. Third one is this one is important. We have to help them to connect producers, markets, and with innovation and also with support of the partners. How to get this connected is a question. And we need a lot of the youngsters like you to contribute your thinking and your wisdom to make it happen. And here is also, we will try to make this one to advance for better systematically and make the sustainable agro-food system. But this is not an easy job. Rome cannot be built overnight, so we need more of our colleagues to work together and make it happen. But today, you're going to see how our region has been advancing for better in a systematic approach. No matter coming from which background, either you're from nutrition or agriculture or environment background, you're going to see the world works as a system, especially special agriculture product. It needs to be addressed as a system, and how we can through our own entry point to jump into this topic and together hands in other topics working together is a big test, a big question mark for us to work together. Okay, so do you know right now how many countries are the OCOP, the participating country? There are more than 90 countries already. And in our region, we have 23 the OCOP countries. So my outline of today's lecture is, I will start giving an overview of the OCOP, both at regional and global picture. Secondly is to give you how our region, what is our implementation strategy in this region. Third one is about our OCOP implementation in Asia and Pacific, about core activities. And then we will have question and answer. So starting with the overview, OCOP, One Country, One Product. It was launched by FAO Director General in 2021 to address global agriculture challenges. Here I want to highlight Although we call it one country, one product, it does not mean that we only support country or only encourage country to focus on one product. Instead, this is to intend to support special agriculture product as a whole, but we used one product that FAO would support directly to showcase how a special agriculture product should be organized, should be performed, should be connected, should be supported systematically. So this is very important. So it is using the specialization to advise diversification. And OCOP by nature, it is a country-owned and country-led initiative. And this is important to know, it is not always launched by FAO, but it's owned by country. So only those country who has requested and joined and also take ownership and that's deposit their wish to FAO, we will not consider it has been activated. And country is the one to nominate their priority product. It can they can pick up either crop or livestock or fishery or forestry product, etc. As long as it is countries considered as priority, we call it nominated product or nominated SAP. Our goal of the OCOP is to produce more with less and is aimed to build more efficient, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable agri-food system. So here it's very important to understand background. We know the word is scarcity. Resources is scarce. How we can make better of production with less input is very important. As we know, much of the stable crops, the reason why you cannot rely on them alone, not only because they could not provide sufficient nutritious food for our population, but also in terms of their the productivity, there is the diminishing return while giving more input. You will not get sufficient increasing of the output to match with continuous increasing global population. So therefore, relying on those limited stable crops or stable food will not be able to sustain or provide food security and nutrition for the population. So this is the background. We have to really, produce more with less. This is kind of our environmental constraint. And we focus on the special agricultural product to strengthen the sustainable food system and value chain to support smallholders. This is our kind of goal. And this is to what is called special agriculture product. Actually, it's special in terms of a geographic location. So as long as this product is specific to a geographical area, and that is kind of be part of it. And in most of cases, it has been remained as the neglected and underutilized species in most of the countries, which has been kind of the often crops or food has been forgotten for a long time. So this is the reason we have to revive this hidden treasure for our food security nutrition. So here is the OCOP thematic areas of the framework. I will later on to give a bit of the flavor how our region has been expanded further along this framework. So basically, our goal is to optimizing the production, processing, storage, and marketing, and minimizing the environmental and social impact, and also maximize the benefit for farmers and value chain actors. And here we consider of the value chain across this different component from production, storage, processing, and marketing. So in terms of production, we focused on variety and in seeds. Based on the research, we see the variety kind of improvement accounts for majority of their productivity. This is one of the focus that we encourage country to give, emphasize on. And unless we have to strengthen our own capacity, we will not be able to, achieve the major productivity increase. And of course, crop management, pest management, soil fertilizer and water management, mechanization and visualization are very important. But these are building on this kind of variety improvement itself. By the way, this year in November, we're going to have the Asian Pacific Mechanization Conference. It will be held in Philippines. That one we're going to see our international or regional, and kind of gathering of the mechanization for the product development. Second one is under green storage. We focused on the post-harvesting handling and treatment, sorting the packaging, no carbon storage, etc. And in terms of the green processing, it will focus on the on-site processing and high efficiency processing, byproduct value chain, and value-added processing. And green marketing is green wise mechanism, marketing strategy, brand strategy, and so on. But in our region, as mentioned, we have been moving a bit more further up is to connect on the better nutrition. So green nutrition or health diet is one of the component has mentioned here, and also trade, connecting especially international trade is one of the main areas in our region. That are both linked to the better life and better nutrition. So special agricultural product, as we mentioned about it, SAP are agricultural product with unique qualities linked to specific locations and traditional farming practice and cultural heritage. And here, people to clarify how this one will be positioned in their bigger category of the agrobiodiversity. Here is kind of the figure to help you to understand better. If we consider biodiversity as a bigger circle, inside there is the component of the crop, livestock, fishery, and wild species, or varieties, and then within which there is special agriculture product, which is closely linked to, but not limited to, GI product. Not every product has become a GI, but is GI part of it. But within this one, we have the OCOP, and we important to notice the entry point for SAP development is OCOP. It is considered entry point, but our goal is to promote bigger special agriculture product. Okay. And right now, globally, we have, many members become OCOP, and there is covering different type of product, from the field product, from forestry product, from livestock product, and also in the horticultural product. And in our region, we have 23 countries have nominated SAP, which some of them have been the same SAP, so we have 20 different SAPs. Okay, and you can see, for instance, Cambodia and Philippines both have nominated mango as their country SAP. And while most countries have nominated one product, some countries have even moving forward to nominate two product, because they found it's very important for different type of product to learn and to be supported at country level. So these are kind of snapshot of the country. You can see most of them are from their field crop, and also from the livestock. We have the poultry, and we have camel milk from Mongolia, and we have the mountain product like tea, and also like the teas from the Lao PDR, and in Vietnam, they have nominated of the honey. So it's very diversified of our product that has been nominated by the government. Okay, so here we'd like to give you an idea how regional COP implementing strategies is being developed and also being implemented. Our OCOP regional strategy is under the leadership of our ADG, regional representative of our regional office. It has been a DG flagship initiative sold in the global their structure or governance is. In HQ, in headquarters, the steering committee has been established under the leadership of the DG, and the Deputy Director General, Beth Vestal, she is taking lead of this initiative at HQ, supporting the DG. And there is Global OCOP Secretariat, headed by the Director of the NSP. And there is the Secretariat supporting the implementation on daily matters. And in our region, so to mimic the global structure, we have the chair, which is the ADG, which we organize. We have established a regional organizing group. Well, it's chaired by our ADG, and we have also vice chair coming from research and innovation partner. This is important to the reason behind is that we consider OCOP initiative is an initiative need working closely with stakeholders, especially with the leading institutions, leverage their science innovation capacity to support countries' implementation. That's why we're seeking advice from leading partners to seek their views, their insights, and help reshape our focus and also support and seek their support to support implementation. And members of ROG covers, they're at regional, sub-regional level. We have FAO country representative. We have sub-regional, regional coordinator. We have HQ, OCP secretariat, and so on. And it's been supported by the RAP OCP secretary or secretariat, which I'm heading the secretariat. And to clarify more how this secretariat is being working on the right, or you will see within our secretariat, we have, expertise or technical task force covering different areas of the work, including production, processing, marketing, trade, nutrition, statistics, and also policy. This is within our regional office. It's on the ADG and the deputy regional representative. And in the country level, the same. We are advising the government and also from our FAO country office to work together to establish steering committee at their, decision-making level. And in terms of technical level, it will be also supported by a team in collaboration with National Agriculture Institute and or extended with the universities and academy to support us whole similar structure that we are here. And here is one of the key slides I'd like to highlight. This is the one we have developed our regional OCOP implementation strategy. And what is goal? We try to more, focus on the area that the goal to be more specific. We focused on improving productivity, improving traceability, improving competitiveness of the SAP, improving the connectivity and accessibility, which is more on market access, and then healthy diet in the whole systematic view. So it connects each and every building component from production, storage, processing, marketing, and consumption. And we noticed in this value chain largely, we are not connected well. Much of the reason behind is most of the areas belong to the different ministry. Some are within the mandate of the agriculture ministry. Some are within the mandate of the health or public health or other ministry. Some are belonging to the Ministry of the Education. Some are belonging to the Ministry of the Commerce or Industry. And some are, these are because of this connectivity that we consider connectivity is also very important. In terms institutionally, but also connectivity of the value chain itself, which is more on the micro level, is also important. Most of the farmers, they can produce a product, cannot really, has been transported in an effective way. Therefore, it will remain in their cultivation place. So this is kind of the upper goal of this our OCOP in our region. But to achieve these goals, we have developed dual track strategy of the implementation. On the one hand, on the left part is the regional OCOP platform has been established. On the right side, you can see the country OCOP implementation strategy and project implementation has been initiated. These two at both regional and country level, like two wheels of the OCOP in our region. So much of the knowledge sharing we keep at regional level. So each allowing the country can learn beyond their own territory. They will be able to learn for better of the how it works systematically, which I will discuss later on. And on the right side is more focused on the country's own implementation. Then we leverage the outside technologies together of the country's, own kind of, the leading technology together to help the country implementation. To connect these two wheels in our region, we strongly focus on the OCOP Regional Science and Innovation Network. This is a network that has been launched 2 years ago, but previously we have already working closely with our partners, and we decided to launch this network. And right now we are expanding this network. So far, it is mostly to connect with the leading institutions globally and regionally to help our country. But we are planning to expand it to regional and also country level network. So allowing our regional and country institutions to work together to benefit each other and to learn through this system itself. Okay, so this is our kind of strategy in a snapshot. So the reason, as I mentioned briefly just now, the reason why we have this kind of strategy implemented is because there is a number of key strategy or key challenges across the special agriculture product value chain. We know in the production, majority of the special agriculture product remain low productivity, which limit their chance to get profit. Same thing for the post-harvest. They have very high post-harvest loss, and that also incur a lot of the cost for the whole production and profitability as well. And processing-wise, there is limited value addition has been developed for SAP. Much of the product actually are based on the primary the commodity shape. And marketing-wise, based on our analysis, we realized almost our country product has limited access to global market as a whole. Some of the major market, like in China, we checked the majority of our product has no access to one of the biggest importing country in our region of China, and other countries are similarly. And consumption-wise, we still have limited access to this nutritious food. Overall, they have great potential. So in terms of the OCOP, important part is on the partnership building. And this is also one of the reasons when I hear the invitation from the HQ PSU, I'm very pleased to join this initiative because I have noticed the country has been constrained from partners. Much of the information they do not know how to handle unless you will be connected with suitable partner. And the partner, they have potential to offer, but they do not know who will be the one to talk to them. So we are the one to connect each and every partner together along this whole food value chain of SAP. And our structure of the working is as following. We're starting from prioritization, production, post-harvest handling, marketing and trade, and consumption. And each and every level of stakeholders, we try to connect them as long as they belong to or taking lead in one of the area. We will try to build this kind of partnership through database or through the connectivity, etc. Let them work together. So essentially, it is multi-sectoral and multi-stakeholder kind of our approach. And you can see later on some of the country, they have really implemented very well. For example, like Bhutan. Bhutan is a country which I will explain more how they are connected all the different missions together to move forward. So based on this one, we have built a very good, strong partnership, and that become our regional site innovation network. Okay. So after talking about our strategy in our region, I'd like to share with you what is our OCOP implementation in our region in terms of core activities and main achievements. This is the ongoing work, and I warmly inviting everyone to, keep yourself and also join this initiative and from your perspective as well. Okay, so let me first give you an overview of the OCOP implementation in our region. As you mentioned, it started from 2021 and up to now it's 2026. So it was launched September 2021. And we have, in our region, we have very good work or history on the One Village, One Product Initiative, OVOP. Which was launched by Japan in 1970. So we have more experience on this area, which is give the inspiration to the OCOP to develop later on. And we have piloted about 6 countries for the OCOP. And in 2022, we're the first region launched the OCOP in the region, and also regional knowledge platform on the OCOP in the region, which is the one of the active website you can access now. You can following what is the major output in this website. And later on, we have a very important knowledge sharing as well. And in 2023, we have the regional and country TCP technical cooperation project has been launched in a number of countries, and regional organizing group ROG has been established, which is the governance of the FAO regional office. That set up our leadership and structure. And don't underestimate of the governance structure. Actually, the OCOP is the reason that we can moving effectively and collaborating strongly is because OCOP has 3 layers of governance from HQ, from regional office, from country office. And in each and every country office, we have 3 focal points. One focal point is in the FAO country office. Has been designated by the FAO representative. Number 2, we have the focal point in the FAO, in the government. So government has nominated focal point, and there is 3rd focal point is nominated in the National Agriculture Institute. That is also the important. So you can see the teamwork is the key for us to moving work, collaboratively. And in 2024, we have the FAO OCOP special event, ministerial event has been held in the APRC. And one of the highlights is MOU signed between FAO and IGSNR of Chinese Academy of Sciences. This has become later on become one of our vice chair of ROG, and also become Center for Excellence through the implementation. And in terms of last year, we have high-level inter-regional knowledge exchange on OCOP models in Yunnan. It held last in July, and it was an interministerial event between the African and our region. It's the regional's initiative and has highlight the Yunnan's OCOP the program, and also regional for better model of the OCOP. It's been very successful, and our region has been awarded as FAO employment recognition because of this successful organization itself. And this year we have launched of the Center for Excellence of the OCOP during the Asian Pacific Food Forum in Brunei in April during our APRC. And also we have, they're continuously published, and a number of their key knowledge products such as market intelligence of the series has been published. Okay, so here, this is about launched the regional OCOP knowledge platform. What is coverage of this platform? On the one hand, it will give the section on major event. In terms of the ministerial event or APRC event or others, mostly are event with the high-level guidance from the government. The second input component of this platform is to bring them at our major knowledge product at both regional and country levels. And which covering in our regional office, we have produced a series of their knowledge products, such as their, posters, we have fact sheets, we have market intelligence, and also case studies. We have different feature of this product. For instance, on fact sheets, that's based on building on their, what is kind of their major facts of this variety, what the status of their production, and so on. And in terms of market intelligence, focused on trade. So we position the product in the national or country trade within the global trade context. That the purpose of this one is to understand or trying to figure out potential area or country with high potential for market access. Example, for instance, in Bangladesh is one of the major exporting country of jackfruit. However, while this product has been mostly exported and successfully in the Scandinavian countries, in UK, in Sweden and others, they have almost gained zero import to China, which is a neighboring country and the biggest importing country in the world of jackfruit. So this facts has been analyzed and figured out through our market intelligence. And way forward actually is to understand why there is a bottleneck and why there is the bottleneck, and then eventually which needs to be how can we mitigate this gap, and that will be requiring the technical system and so on. Okay, so the each and every work we are moving is there is a logic behind, and we want to move forward to resolve the issue for the country, and through our evidence-based analysis, and also through our partnership building. And case studies here. Case study, instead of focusing on their OCOP product, we focus on their sharing the experience of the country that are related to special agriculture product as a whole. It was mostly the good work that had been done, and they can share with the rest of the country. For example, in Vietnam, we shared their one commune, one product program, which has been part of our last year, this ministerial or inter-regional knowledge sharing. Okay. And we also produced our, postcard series for our product and so on. And in terms of our OCOP video, we're trying to build both video at regional country level to promote our the OCOP product and also activities at both levels. So here is the OCOP case studies I mentioned. These are collected from the country based on their submission from the government, what they wish to contribute to share, and also what we consider really as one of the good cases. So we have come up a number of the good, the package of their experience. And here is OCOP country posters. We provide for each and every country of the product here. And we have OCOP fact sheets, which you can also access to is online. And this is the market intelligence. We're covering all the countries. Right now, we have finalized for South Asia, South Pacific Island countries, and some of the Southeast countries as well. Okay, so now let's move into the country level. This is about OCOP country project. This has been launched by headquarters and also supported by our regional office as well. So this is kind of template for the country to join OCOP, and we are providing the project to support implementation. And as I mentioned, in our region, we have launched this regional science innovation network. To be specific, how this one been working? So we consider 4 better. For better, on the left side, left upper part of the better production, we focus on productivity, and which is also having strong implication for the improving the competitiveness. So improve the variety or digitalization or mechanization, and also good agriculture practice all belong to this component. So this one, in order for us to, to support country, on one hand, we are collaborating our key partners in our region, like UWE, WIA, and also with China Academy of Sciences. We try to help them to improve the varieties. On the other hand, we really emphasize on the building our national capacity on innovation. It's really essential for the country to maintain or to achieve sustainable or sustainability of their production at country level. Second one on the right part on the better nutrition, we're conducting their scientific evidence based laboratory work, others to evaluate nutrient assessment, and also building the nutrient assessment. We're developing the healthy diet recipe that are tailor-made to different consumer group. For instance, patient, for instance, infant, for instance, the elderly. The reason for that is that you can see many of the product actually, or our patient, they can access this one for easily availability. If we do not know which one is suitable for what, they will not be able to connect. And if we, based on our scientific-based analysis, the hospital can easily adapt for specific for the group which has been implemented in the country like Bhutan. They have connected the quinoa to almost all the hospital. They will know how to really serve the hospital food, which integrates quinoa for the patient. Just an example. And a better environment here. We are applying the traceability tool, which is the example of the remote sensing and digital, their technology here. And we use this big data to connect through the GRES methodology, connecting consumers, producers, and also production environment itself. So consumer can scan the product and can easily trace by us coming from Himalaya area of the Nepal, or coming from Cambodia, or from any other country, if they have done this traceability work through the GRES. And then under Better Life one, our focus one is to support connectivity and also market access. So here, one of the way we can help is on the GI, is one of the GI legislation and registration, but others on market intelligence, which we are supporting them to understand what's market potential. So here I want to give you two examples of our partnership in action. And the reason we pick up these two is because they are part of our original member of the Regional Science and Innovation Network that was launched in 2024. And they are also become our Center of Excellence, which has been designated last year by the Deputy Director General of the FAO, and has been awarded by ADG in November last year. So congratulations for these two institutions, and also appreciating their institution support for our OCOP implementation. So here, the first one, Institute of Geographical Sciences and Natural Resources Research, China Academy of Sciences. They are the one who has initiated their MOU with us 2 years ago. The MOU focuses on three areas. The first one is on capacity building. Second one is knowledge sharing, and third one is technical transfer. And in the last almost 3 years' time, we have implementing this MOU concretely. We're covering the knowledge sharing for all the countries, including OCOP, but also beyond OCOP countries, and also capacity building for all the OCOP countries so far. and also technical transfer is at country level. So a number of countries has already implemented this GIS country. The focus of this one is to build traceability of SAP for the country. And the reason why we have selected this technology is because this technology is applicable for special agriculture product in general, not specific to any of specific product. Some of technology can apply to one product only. They cannot be applied to extend to others. Some of their production capacity or technology are limited to that one. Its tailor-made is very good. But here, the reason we select this one to have the wide application. The second reason we pick about this one is it can apply to the different agroecological zone. Knowing our special agriculture product coming from different kind of geographical areas, either tropical or mountainous areas or oceanary areas whatsoever, we need to have our technology that can be applied widely. Otherwise, it will limit our possibility to learn from each others. So this is the reason for select this part. And it was signed in 2024, as mentioned. And then since then, we have organized the regional knowledge sharing and capacity building in 2023, 24, and 25. And this year in September, we're going to organize another regional sharing in September again. So the topic covered, including the field visit to learn how it can be done on site. We have organized to learn how to identify the geographical scope of the GIS site. And to learn how to organize a multidisciplinary team for assessment led by the local government. And we also learned how to conduct assessment to monitor the ecological environment using the comprehensive geographic science and technology, which is the station, the ground station has been installed at the site of GIS, which has been nominated by the government. And also how to analyze product quality for appearance, sensory characteristics, chemical compositions, and nutritional component. This is one important point and gap we have figured out. Many of the country, no matter more kind of developed or underdeveloped countries, our special agricultural product nutrient assessment is largely missing. So here, especially, it's missing in terms of the location. Meantime, there is a strong connectivity or causation has been observed between the product nutrient and also location. So, but what is kind of the nutrient in a specific area is largely missing. So here is part we are trying to mitigate and supporting in connection with our next COE to work on this one together, which we'll discuss a bit later. And then here, another part we learned of this GIS is how to manage and publish the data set. We're using the open science kind of the methodology and encourage and to have the consolidate of the data and have the peer review procedure and eventually will be published in the open journal, and then we'll be able to review and authorize of the OCOP GIS. And so far, technical transfer has been implemented in a number of countries. For instance, in Bhutan, in Nepal, and other countries such as Cambodia and Indonesia, and many other countries are on the way. We're trying to support one by one as long as the country are ready to implement. So even the Pacific Island countries such as the Fiji and Samoa are also in the pipeline. So we're trying to make this one be available for all our OCOP countries. And next one. So this is the OCOP, our Center for Excellence of the IMUN, the Institute of Nutrition, Mahidol University. So this one covering the assessment and also recipe development and also capacity building as well as marketing. And this is one of the big area of the missing we have noticed in our region. So we're focused on our OCOP a few countries already. We are trying to build up capacity for our countries on the nutrition for different age group to conduct food composition analysis, product formulation development, and also product nutrient labeling, and so on. And also we try to support, in the kitchen, how they can actually handling of their food preparation based on nutrient, and then how this one nutrient profiling be conducted and assessed on site. These are some of the examples that about nutrient assessment and also recipe development. We have also showcased for better cookie has been shared in a different conference, which has been welcomed by participants. And these are examples of the recipe or kind of the mango, how has been developed into different species. And okay, now I'd like to give a little more about case study of the Bhutan and also another example of the Nepal. These two countries I pick up as examples to demonstrate how this country has integrated for better work together on the OCOP. So on the one hand, in terms of their better production, we know in Bhutan, quinoa is one of the products being introduced in 2015, which was originated from the Andes, which is Latin America, and has been introduced to this region. And through the kind of regional application in Bhutan, this one has been found very effectively, they're applied in the country. And then later on, the majority, the king of Bhutan has considered as one of the king's product. And Prime Minister has given high focus of this product and nominated, this one has been nominated as the OCOP product. So we're trying to support them on variety improvement and execute a more higher productivity recipe while trying to support their national capacity. And meantime, on the nutrition profiling part, we have our country has connected between the Ministry of the Agriculture and the Ministry of Public Health. They have done the food recipe development, labeling, nutrient profiling, and also even competition. And then to pick up and awarded those most delicious and nutritious recipe. And this has been very, have been widely received. And in terms of a better environment, we have implemented OCOP GIS in the country. You can see the ground stations being stored. This has been providing the real-time data for all the country, and then for all the for the government, which it can access through QR code easily. And in terms of the farmers' better life. Because of this has been connected to their potential their buyers. So this one also giving, and also hospitals and different type of their target group. So income of the farmer has been increased. And for Nepal has nominated large cardamom, and this is another example, has implemented for better systematically. So they through traditional farming to climate smart agriculture creation in the country in Nepal, and then they also have the good better nutrition assessment and the recipe development, and they also have the better green recognition of the country in terms of their GIS as well. And we have this building the good strong community for the country. So these are two examples of the country that has been implemented for better systematically. And with this one, I would like to share with you some of the resources. So here if you want to explore OCP resources and publication, you can scan here. We have also videos which you can access to here. We have also digital technology on the GIS, which you can see how this one we applied GIS station in Bhutan, in Tashkent, and also e-learning. Some of the resources all on the training and so on are here. So with this one, I want to open for any questions and discussion. I'm sorry that takes a bit longer, but still, if the moderator allows, we can take some questions as you consider appropriate. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Li, for your insightful and inspiring presentation. Okay, I believe we have all gained valuable knowledge about the OCOP initiative and its role in promoting sustainable agri-food system. From today's lecture, one important message that I take away that success in agriculture is no longer measured only by increasing production, and it is also about identify our unique local product, adding value through innovation, building sustainable value chain, and ensuring that farmer receive greater economic benefit. And I believe that OCOP initiative provide an excellent framework, okay, for achieving this goal. And congratulations for OCOP initiative. And we will now move into our question and answer session. And thank you everyone who has submit question through Zoom Q&A function. And we have received a few of interesting questions, and I will try my best to cover as many as time allow. Okay, maybe we can go for the first question from Ahmad Zamir. Dr. Li, how to address this SAP challenge globally? Okay, Dr. Li, may I invite your comment?
Okay, you want to collect a few questions, or you want to respond one by one?
Okay, I think better we respond one by one. Yeah.
Okay. So the first question is how to address the SAP challenge globally. Actually, the reason why OCOP initiative has been launched is to address the SAP challenge globally. And from our document, in our framework document, you can see it has been illustrated SAP challenge from production, processing, marketing, trade in a building block. So this is the one that we understand. This is the kind of the key component that SAP are facing. And that is also reason that OCOP are developed to establish not only the technical package, but also, data, and also what is the intervention. Here, one of the common challenge of the SAP, let me tell you, is the data. You can hardly find available data or statistics related to SAP. This is the reason that when we, for instance, when we're conducting market intelligence series, largely you cannot even find the HS code related information of product at country level. They do not even have HS code at national level. So that is the reason at regional or global level, we can hardly find reliable data can be consolidated at global level. So if you ask me how to really address challenges, I would say we should have we should start with the country level of the work solid first. We should understand what are these common challenges at country level, and then we'll be able to aggregate it of common challenges in a more precisely and scientific-based of the matter. And unless we know each and every product, what they precisely are facing, it's not easy to have their scientific level based off their assessment itself of globally. However, in terms of their challenges, the common challenge that OCOP are facing already know. So here is about how we can really use our research and science innovation, the tools to elaborate and to concretize of those challenges on their at basis level.
I see. Okay, Dr. Li, thank you very much for raising that point. Hopefully, this answer can Ahmad Zamir can answer your question, yeah, Ahmad Zamir. All right, so we go to next question, Dr. Li, from Benny Nabila. Okay, the question is, in many developing countries, agriculture policies often emphasize increasing staple food production to achieve food security goal. Meanwhile, OCOP promotes the development of unique high-value agriculture product. From FAO perspective, how can these two approaches work together? Okay, Dr. Li, may I invite your comment?
Thank you very much for this excellent question. In fact, this is the one of the challenges that we have noticed at country level. And this is also the reason a couple of years ago, we have already supported the country to move forward from their monopolization to diversification. So this initiative of previous initiative has been focused on diversification. This is not easy job because the focusing on stable food production is one of the results since the last 1960s of Green Revolution. We have continued to rely on this, high input, high output. This has resolved one of the key issues of their food availability. However, the disconnect of the available food from this kind of approach with the gap of the malnutrition is not really noticed by many of the country. And on this point, important part is again scientific or evidence-based analysis. In FAO regional office, well, in my previous, our initiative on zero hunger, we have conducted country-specific analysis, and we have figured out the disconnect of this production and also the high correlation between the low availability of nutritious food with high prevalence of the malnutrition in a number of the LDC countries. That shows very alarming fact of high correction. So that actually, as a result of this one, the country took the initiative to diversify their food production. And that's how we OCOP are accepted or promoted by the country. It's kind of big background. So I would say the question I think is a very good one is because I noticed this disconnect or in parallel approach and how to resolve the issue. In my view, from positive perspective, is evidence-based analysis. Unless you demonstrate to the policymaker what is the issue, what is the issue, and how to solve it, policymaker may continue to go with the approach they are familiar with, and they may not have chance to really, review and reshape their country in kind of the priority. However, right now, we do notice the country are taking different approach and giving more of emphasis on special agriculture product right now. So this is very encouraging. We will continue to support this AP, and this has become an issue not only, not only our region, but also globally. This is really kind of the moving forward. As you can see, some of countries are requesting to FAO to support, can we have the second SAP on the OCOP or even more? You can see they realize the potential and they want to learn the most advanced technology to support their development. They know the potential is on the special agriculture product, which is very big as opposed to staples. So again, in nutshell, Evidence-based analysis is the key to advise the government shape of the policy. This is also one key approach of regional OCOP. We keep using the evidence-based analysis to continue to support government. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Li, for your inspiring comment. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Okay, what role can university play in supporting the OCAP initiative through research, innovation, and community engagement? What's your comment, Dr. Li, about it?
Thank you very much. In fact, I believe university plays a key role at both national and potentially at a regional level. I consider university is the brand at the country level for the government, for the communities, and for the local farmers. This brand has a cumulative and long-standing of the wisdom in the university. And what I can see is it has two roles. One is to give, another is to take. What can give is university is in a very good position that can provide interdisciplinary of the technology support as a technical package to be offered, but needs to be guided systematically to the community of the OCP product of the government in the local area. University can designate a focal point, for instance, on the OCOP, and which can coordinate or liaison with the relevant institute in the Institute of the Agriculture, in the Institute of Nutrition, with the Institute of Environment, and also in terms of economy or trade, making them working together. And then you can develop a certain approach targeting to a specific product in the country, preferably of the OCOP product in your own country, but also you can even moving forward. It can apply to other products if you have the methodology developed. Once you developed, you will be able to provide concerted efforts for the product development. It has to connect, not only serve the country for your own people, but also given a channel for the students, for the professors, for them to apply the knowledge or theory in the classroom, in the practice. This is something very important. This is the one that you can direct to give. Another one is to register yourself in the FAO country office or government. As I mentioned, regional office are trying to build a bigger or expand the regional science and innovation network, where soon after open the call or open this kind of the window for the country to join this regional science and innovation network. So once we are building this network, we will be able to, allowing each and every, national university or academy or institute to share or know your peer in your own country, but also in other countries. You will be able to figure out who can be your potential peer in other country, and you can also directly or indirectly to access to our regional capacity building which we are continuously offering from time to time throughout the year. So, or you will be able to access to other technologies which can join our workshop or other kind of field work at kind of in different manner. So this is how university can contribute and can also learn from the regional or even globally. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Li, for the comments. I completely agree that university have a much broader role than conducting research alone. Okay, they also serve as a bridge between scientific knowledge and practical solution for farmers and local communities. I believe this presents an excellent opportunity for university across ASEAN to contribute meaningful to sustainable agri-food development. Yes. Okay. Let's move to our next question. Okay, how can young people become involved in the OCOP initiative and what skills should they develop? Yes, Dr. Lee, may I invite your comment?
Thank you very much. In fact, as I mentioned, OCOP is a partnership, it's a multi-stakeholder initiative, and we encourage, especially youngsters, join this initiative because OCOP development are relying on our next generation. It won't be just to finish in 1 or 2 years' time. It will take continuously effort for SAP development, which has been, just like previously for Green Revolution, takes about 50 years. And this one is a big initiative just at a starting point. Your youngsters' wisdoms, interventions, contributions are largely required to support. And how they can be engaged, I would say first, at country level, you can, as a student, for instance, you can already learn or build your capacity or understand what the key kind of challenges of their SAP development in your own country. Try to figure out from your own perspective how we can shape of myself what is kind of knowledge gap I need to build or to mitigate in order for me to provide good kind of support for OCP development. And also, you can also connect yourself with your university and university as a whole to connect with the FAO or with the government, what we can offer, what we can contribute, what is our ideas. You are invited to put down your ideas and share with them, and your insight will be another important kind of input for FL or for government to consider, because this is the advantage of being the youngsters with more creation. And also it does require creativity, does require continuous of the reshaping of it. So this one you are offering this kind of impotence for development is always welcome by every country office, regional office, and the government. So what skill do we need to develop? I would say, this one you can see LCOP cover all the 4 vectors, and each and every area can have entry point to OCOP. But based on our assessment, if we want to offer a stronger kind of or systematic support, we should have 2 levels of expertise to develop. One is to develop in depth of your own area. It's very important. The deeper you are able to, dig further, and you will be able to understand the gap. You will be able to understand what is kind of, the missing, what is the cutting edge of technology in this area, what is the possible solution. You can go further, in-depth analysis. This is on the one side. On the other hand, is you can have, expand your knowledge space, trying to push yourself become interdisciplinary itself. Try to get your knowledge base, be covering different areas, then you will be able to see a different horizon that you will see, okay, now solution can be differently. And once you understand at higher horizon, you will be able to provide an integrated approach that to be shared with the OCOP implementation. So I would say both horizontal and in-depth are important. And areas of the skills or something, depending on where you start, you can draw a circle surrounding your area, and you draw another circle of those development at the whole, which is covering from production, processing, marketing, trade. You can see where you position yourself, then you will be able to connect where you are and what it should be. Once you understand these two and connect together, you will be knowing better what kind of skills should I develop based on where we are. And then you will be trying your best to enrich yourself, build your knowledge, connect with different kind of, the knowledge partners or institutions or professors or so on, and keep your questions always in mind. What I can contribute, what is specific question I have in mind to resolve. You use the questions to guide yourself to focus on where you want to focus next, and then gradually you expand further. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Lee. Yes, I agree. I think this is a very encouraging message for our student here. Agriculture today is no longer limited to farming. Today is also about involved technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship and global business opportunity. Yeah. All right. So maybe we go to the next question. I pick up one. Okay. From FAO perspective, what opportunities do you see for Malaysia in strengthening its OCOP product and expanding into international market? Yes, Dr. Lee, may I invite your comment?
Okay, thank you very much. Here, I would say this is a very good question. I would say this is something that we do wish we can push forward of our SAP, OCP product globally. And right now, we are taking quite a bit of efforts in this area. On the one hand, as I mentioned, we're trying to build key part of the product. Let's say we are building the digital product passport for the SAP. The reason we focus on the evidence analysis is to give the science label for the product. We through the GIS to collect the data, kind of build this kind of the soil, water, the variety and the metro and all other socioeconomic database. And meantime, we build the data of the nutrient of the product that become a core element for this SAP. So once the OCP product has acquired so-called this digital product passport, then they will be able to carry as a whole. It will can be integrated into whole the product, the chain, and exporting to the country. And right now, we still have a lot of work to do. Is how this one can be developed systematically and also be recognized by the customer office of the importing country. This is still a question to be resolved. But we believe if we're starting something meaningful, we can help them to move forward. This is one thing, starting from the beginning part. Meantime, we're trying to we're building this kind of evidence analysis through market intelligence to figure out what is potential area, potential market globally, which is different from what they are right now exporting. So this gap itself, you will understand well, then we'll be able to see how we can really materialize this, the importing country. Then from here to here, you will have to understand what is the tariff, non-tariff barriers, what is kind of the regulatory compliance requirement. Then you need to learn or help the country, help the farmers to learn all these requirements. Then you will be able to see once you understand all the regulation barriers, we need to provide technical support, helping the farmers to mitigate this gap. Then you will be able to to close this gap. But meantime, very importantly, is to connect the importing country and the exporting countries of the traders. Ideally, preferably, or farmers in the local, in our OCP country, they can themselves become exporting, communities or the actors. They can connect to the importing countries of trade directly. They can get more of the benefit, which can be conferred back to sharing knowledge back to their own people. Then once you connect these two actors, the trade will be materialized. And this is not something, just in theory. In practice, much of the country, for instance, like in GIS, we have tried in other regions already, like Panama. The OCP product is the coffee, and they have been implemented of GIS in the country. And the local, actually, university, they took quite good efforts to help the country, help the local communities. And then they build their local trade, capacity for the local communities. They are the one who took initiative, and they have through this GIS, they will be able to connect to the Chinese the importing partners in China. And then this trade has been already, breakthrough, and they have already exported the product in China and got good profit already. So this is an example that how science and innovation can help them to export their importing market. But here, not only our OCOP focus is not only just let them to trade, but also to support them to access to the premium market. Okay, the special agriculture product in trade term, it should be considered as not the light product. It should be considered as the product with differentiated the feature which deserve of the premium price. But how to really materialize this premium price is not by just presenting yourself, I'm good. You have to use the science and technology to convince the partners or your consumers. We are very good. We have the data. We have all the science behind this super quality. Okay, let choose to tear instead of like your own to be your spokesperson. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Li, for your very inspiring answer. Okay, so I think for the last, maybe I can pick up one question. Okay, Dr. Lee, beside technical support, many participants may be wondering about the financial aspect of the OCAP initiative. So, are there funding opportunities available, and how can countries access them? May I invite your comment?
Okay, thank you. The OCOP initiative is actually by nature is country-owned initiative and country-led. So we consider country will be the one to take lead in mobilizing resources with FAO support, which has been doing at both regional, global, and country levels. Therefore, currently in HQ and the regional office, we are implementing a number of projects together with country office to have their national project led by their FAO to support the country. And this including the South-South Cooperation Project, including the regional TCP, including their much of their extra budgetary funds project at country level to support country. Meantime, this is another important resources we are leveraging is through our regional site innovation partner. So we invite our partners at who has capacities in terms of technology, but also in terms of their financial or in-kind contribution. They are putting their resource coming to support our work, such as the COE, the 2 COE, Center of Excellence of Chinese Animal Sciences, and also Mahidol University Institute of Nutrition. Both of them at different kind of scale. They put not only share their knowledge, but really put on their resources, especially at CAS. They covered all the supporting country implementation, regional implementation part for OCOP country. So country can join all this knowledge sharing and national capacity building for free. And for the Mahidol University, they're also building and contributing in kind for implementation and supporting our regional level of knowledge sharing as at the same level. So in terms of how you can access to those kind of the resources, on the one hand, again, you please connect to your government, express your interest to be part of OCOP, both indicate what you wish. What you can contribute and also what you wish to learn. And then that information will be consolidated at country level and also at regional level. We will, collect those information from the country. We'll be able to see when opportunity arise, we will share to all the network partners for them to be able to, familiarize. And example, like the country, like Indonesia, one of the university, they just, reached out to us because they would like to build an MOU with our partner of academic science and also join, relevant kind of the training and also contribute to the country. So we are the one to facilitate the connectivity of this kind of, partnership. So again, in short, is that we need to be clear what we can contribute, and which aspect we are, specialized in. But we also, in FAO, the Center for Excellence has another important, their approach we emphasize is B+1. So we do not just focus on one better. We ask them to focus on better plus one. You at least go another one to foster this interdisciplinary part. Again, at country level, try to push yourself to have, better what you are good at, of the better, but plus one area you wish to be connected. That will allow yourself to be mapped in the right place where you wish, and there is other partner who has the strong strengths to cover this part to be connected. Okay, so there are many resources, but we need to contribute and we share together. Thank you.
Right. Thank you once again, Dr. Lee. I think there is no more question from the participant. And once again, Dr. Lee, thank you for sharing your expertise. Okay, we also thanks all participants for your active participation on truthful question. As a reminder, today recording will be available through the Google Drive link shared in the Zoom chat. And our next lecture will begin this afternoon at 3 p.m. Malaysia time. And the title is Integrated Agriculture Aquaculture System and Governance Mechanism for Sustainable Aquaculture Development. So we hope to welcome you again later today at 3 p.m. Okay, before we end, may I kindly invite everyone to stay for a group photo? So please turn on your camera and give us your biggest smile and let's make this a memorable group photo.